Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Canadian Joe War Stories back here again for another episode. And the host, me, Eddie. Alright? If you're new here to the channel, then that's why I just said that for you. And if you like the video at the end, subscribe and like before you go. Okay, so basically this video is going to be about a topic I was thinking about yesterday. And oh, before I start, this is a new camera, okay? It's 720p also, but we got rid of the old camera that zooms in and out that everybody hates, that I hate, that everyone hates. This webcam that zooms in and out like crazy, garbage. So anyways, I was going through all my box of electronics and stuff like that, and believe it or not, I ended up finding a ghetto little ball camera. So I put that on my tripod. Took this one off of that little tripod thing, and yeah. And then about the phone getting crushed, I found one of my old phones, a Samsung. It's a touch screen with a keypad, so I'm gonna try to put my chip in here and try to use this eventually. I'm not sure if it's still gonna be able to download apps and stuff because it's so freaking old. Okay. Oh my god, that's so old. It's still got my Rottweiler as the screensaver. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a minute and a half out of your life, and I'm sorry about that, but that had to be said. Okay, now let's get on with the video. Alright, so this one is going to be about when you're looking at a fair bit of time, right? Like I was serving dead time in gangland. And this is what happens to all of us that are serving a big amount of time. I can see everybody relating to this that has done a significant amount of time, because it happens to all of us and we can't avoid it. It's something we all really hate, and we're gonna get right into that, which is basically people coming in and out of your house, in and out of your cell, because a lot of guys are like, what do you mean your house? Well, if you're staying there if you got life, or if you're staying there for years on end, it's your house, dude. Like, a lot of us, you can tell the ones that are convicts and inmates, because a lot of the convicts that have been there for a long amount of time, or even like just got onto the program, clean their cells like crazy. I remember one cell I had was so freaking white. I used to scrub the floors, scrub the walls with this special shampoo concoction I made up with disinfectant, smelly stuff off canteen. I used to literally get on the table, wash the ceiling, get on the top bunk, wash the ceiling. Literally had the toilet freaking sparkling, like literally could see your. Oh my gosh, dude! Literally, that freaking cell did not have a speck of breadcrumb or anything in it. I would know. Like, that's how OCD I was. Okay, and I'd even put a little pillowcase at the front of my door so stuff doesn't blow in from the range. Now, basically, you got guys. If you don't have a long-term cellie and your cellie gets out, eventually that's going to happen, right? Or one of you's going to go to the pen. One of you, eventually, you're not going to have the same cellie for the rest of your life. If you do, congrats. But basically, what goes on is, when you don't have a cell partner, you're like, oh, okay, right on. You know, you get your private time, right? Pull your girlfriend's pictures out, do whatever you got to do. But that's besides the point. The point is, when all of a sudden you're in the middle of the night having a good snooze, dreaming about your girlfriend, all of a sudden you hear, crack cell, whatever cell you're in. Oh my god, it's like freaking 11:30, well, 12 a.m., middle of the night to me. Friggin', oh my god, dude, 1 a.m. and this guy's just getting in from A&D now? Dude, they're freaking torture people. They leave them down there all freaking hours at a time. So anyway, basically, this is something that we all go through. People that are doing only a day or two, going to court to get bail, right? And then getting out. To me, those aren't cellies. To me, those aren't cell partners. To me, I don't consider those cellies, because if I counted every single one of those, there'd be hundreds, and I can't remember a lot of those ones that just come in and out. The ones that did more time with, like 6 months, or even a few months, maybe I could remember them. But the ones that were just in there for a night or two, I'm never gonna remember that. You know what I mean? It's just because there was way too many of them. It's like sometimes 3-4 times a week. Like if you're on a roll, we call it a roll. Like okay, switching up cellies, like all these different cellies coming in your house, and it's like sometimes it gets hella annoying. You can't help it, but if you get some weirdo in there that you definitely don't want, you can help it. You can knock them out and go to the box, but then you're gonna lose your cell. So what's the point in that, right? You're doing this because you like your cell. You know, eventually it's better just to get a friend in your cell or someone you vibe with on the range, someone you can get along with in the cell. Because sometimes you get along on the range and not in the cell, and vice versa. But that's a lot of info to take in right there. So just give it a second to kick in right there. And I wrote a few little notes. You know what I mean? Just so I can make sure I get everything that I wanted to say. Okay, this happens to all of us. Yeah, over the years of doing debt. Okay, so this is with me, for example. I'm talking about the years of me doing dead time, okay, instead of going to reception for first time, okay, to be assessed. Go to and then go to the mother institution, which either of these can be the Medium Max Joyceville, which is now reception, or Collins Bay. Back then when I was doing my time, it would have been Millhaven reception, okay? Yeah, too many people stay 1 or 2 nights in your cell and then leave. It's too much, friggin', because they come in and like all they can think about is getting bail, or they're freaking wearing their jumper and they just just dirty, like come in there all stinky, friggin' dirty, can't shower because like someone, like they said, sometimes they come in locked down at night, then you're stuck with this dude in your cell for the night. It's just basically, it's just like, oh, wake up. You don't know who's going to come in your cell. It could be a freaking enemy for all you know. That's why I like the Don jail, because the Don jail is the only jail that I've seen, that I've been in, that makes you choose your own cell partner because of the level of violence in the Don jail and the level of gang activity and the amount of numbers of gang members. It's just overwhelming, and so they just basically make everybody choose their own cellie. That's for safety reasons, because in the Don jail, it's literally like you could end up in there with your enemy, and maybe he knows and you don't, and all of a sudden he kills you in the middle of the night and you're sleeping and you don't even know why. You feel me? So that's not cool. So they pick their own cellies, which I agree with. I think that's proper. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing to do. But these other super jails don't do that, So I wish they did, though. So now, sitting in these shitholes, these shitholes that I'm doing time in, right, okay, are where you rest, and anyone who is in jail going to court waiting for trial or fighting trial, okay, go to the pen, they dangle it over you. Okay, so basically what they do is, when you're going to court serving dead time like I do, right, like when I did all my time, I was serving dead time, so I could get 2 for 1. Right? Each day would be 2 for 1. So 18 months would be the 3 years. So if we go to court and the crown attorney, we say, how much time are you looking for? And they say, we're looking for 3 years. Instead of pleading guilty that day and going to the pen for 3 years, get out in 2, I would do 18 months and get the 2 for 1 times 2 and get out a bit earlier. You see what I mean? I'm getting tortured by staying in these jails with nothing but an orange jumper and a little bit of canteen every week. You know what I mean? It's nothing like if you had your own radio and your own TV, you'd be surprised how much that could actually help your bid calm yourself. You know what I mean? Just to be able to watch your own show at night or whatever, listen to your own music, or you know what I mean? Wear your own clothes. Little things like that go a long way. And back when I was serving my time, I didn't really realize like how much I was putting myself through, where I could have went there and been better off probably a lot of the times when I did 20 months and then got out and then did another 20 months. Those times I should have probably went to the pen. Hey, whatever, because they do it in months, right? So that was 40 months there. Yeah, it's just, that's how I did my time, man. Friggin' I avoided the pen all those times, man. Friggin' 2 for 1 basis. You can look it up. Newmarket Court, Toronto Court, back when I was doing my time. You know, so and check it like 2002, 2003 times till 2012. You know what I mean? Okay, and then the Don jail started getting closed down around that time. They started to ship people out. They started turning the West into immigration. Slowly, an immigration range started, and then slowly they started trying to make it all immigration, and then started trying to make the West or the Don closed down and move them all to this Toronto South. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm saying about dangling it over you, the freaking Crown Attorney will be like, "Oh, okay, listen, we got 3 years if you plead guilty right now." We got 3 years for you, or 5 years for you if you plead guilty today, or this is how much time we're looking for a plea bargain. If you go to trial, you know, and get found guilty at trial, you might want 10 to 15, they might give you 10 to 15 years. So then it makes you start thinking, oh shit, I gotta plead guilty, man, I gotta plead guilty. And that's why a lot of guys end up pleading guilty quicker and going to the pen quicker, right? Where, back when I was doing this was a thing that everybody was doing. All the bikers were doing it, all the gang members were doing it. Like on murder charges and shit like that, they were trying to hurry up and get as much years as they could under their belt to get that 2-for-1. So if they knocked off 5 years, they could get that 10-piece in. You know what I mean? That's a big chunk. Alright, so they dangle it over you, man. Basically, like, yeah, you can wear your own shoes, all that stuff, right? Okay, I already said all that. Oh, and the quarterly packs that you get in the pen, too. You know what I mean? Those things help big time. The canteen quarterly packs, and I think you're allowed to have a certain amount of money in your books, like in your assets. You know what I mean? The TV's X amount, the little TV, and it's just. I'm not saying the pens are soft. The medium maximum pens are nothing. Joyceville and Collins Bay, by all means, aren't soft. Or Millhaven. None of the pens are soft here in Toronto or Ontario, but the thing is, I'm not speaking on if it's soft or that. I'm speaking on like the pure just mental of it. You know what I mean? Just the mental of not having nothing all the time. Just, you know, no entertainment. Just the only entertainment is the guys fighting each other. It's like, so then it creates a vicious cycle. It's almost like a JIT camp, but worse. You know what I mean? Because these are grown men with freaking testosterone. Well, no, I guess it's just as bad, because you know what, when I was younger, I was actually beating up grown men when I was younger, and I was probably stronger when I was younger than I am now, so never mind, that don't make no sense. Yeah, those JIT camps are bad as hell, man, and they're scared, they're dangerous, and, you know, the youth are the ones that don't care, you know what I mean, because they got nothing to lose. So, I know when I was you, I didn't care. Anyways, now we're gonna talk about, so everybody knows hands down the pen is better, more laid back, plus anyone in the pen, anyways, would be first to say, or anyone in the pen would be the first to say, people you in the mix in a medium maximum super jail doing dead time is dangerous. Yeah, anybody in the pen will tell you, because you know what? How do they get in the pen? They have to come to that. All the people that are in this jail are eventually going to go to the pen, or everyone in the pen, I mean, has been in the jail. Because you're going in the jail to get your court case dealt with, so you had to have been in this jail to go to the pen. So the thing is, it's just how long you stay in that jail. Some people only stay in those type of jails 3 to 6 months. They're not meant to be anything over 2 years, but guys take advantage of it and do it. And it's not really taking advantage of anything, because honestly it is the hard way. But then Harper came in and took away the 2-for-1 because he's seen what everyone was doing. Guys are just not pleading out no more. No one's pleading guilty no more. And everybody's just sitting there doing dead time for years and years and years until they know on their calendar they got enough shaded out months where they're going to go to court and get time served. You know what I mean? That's how I did it almost every time, except for the Don jail and stuff like that. Because by then they'd already taken it away. When that was a trial, things are different circumstances. Go watch those videos if you want to find out what it's all about. Okay? Plus anyone, guys, convicts, inmates have all been through it. To me, it's just so many, can't remember those types of cellies that are in and out. Yeah, I think you guys can all relate to that, you know what I mean? And sorry about stretching out that video at the end. I wasn't meaning to. I was just trying to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to speak on. And also, I'm going to be starting a new little mini-series or whatever, basically like in the mornings or whatever. We're gonna do like a little coffee thing in the morning where I'm going to have like a coffee or whatever, and then talk to you guys when I first wake up. And basically it's going to be like a short, or go on TikTok. It'll be on YouTube as well, but I mean, it's just going to be a short little thing. Basically just saying hello. If I can figure out how to do it live, but I don't want to do no 3-hour live in the morning. What it's going to be is like a 10-minute or 20-minute live in the mornings. Or I don't know if you can go live on TikTok or what, if I can or not with my devices. So from now on, there's going to be content coming out in mornings that are just like little shorts. And I have a little mini series here that I'm going to be starting that's called "What's the Difference Between Inmates and Convicts? Top 5 Ways to Spot the Difference and the really big differences." Okay? So that's what I'm going to be starting. And for now, I'll give you guys a couple examples, okay? For example, the amount of time that you have, okay? For an example, the way they clean, the cleanliness, you know what I mean? You can really tell a convict when he's cleaning his cell like crazy like that. And you can really tell a convict on somebody that just minds their own business. You know, they see a fight going on right here, and they're just minding their own business, playing cards. You know what I mean? They're not crowded around there. Every morning you're going to get a couple of these. So, top 5 differences between an inmate and a convict. Meaning, an inmate is somebody that's just in jail and not going to ride out for their reputation and their name and their you know what I mean, manhood or whatever. And a convict is someone that stays 10 toes down no matter what, and ain't gonna let nobody give him no death fuss, ain't gonna let nobody bump him or disrespect him in any way. Or you're gonna toss your fade and get your respect back. You know what I'm saying? Where an inmate is probably gonna let a lot of that shit slide just so he doesn't have to toss the fade. And even guys coming up taking your sticky bun, I've seen guys just fucking turn their head and shit like that, man. And that just makes me sick. I honestly went and gave a guy a sticky bun when I seen that shit. Dude went and he took a sticky bun, dude didn't even do nothing. I went and gave him my sticky bun because I had like 6 of them. But anyways, everybody, I hope you guys enjoy this series. We got 20 videos out on TikTok, or 30 videos out on TikTok in the last 24 hours. We got 18,000 views in one day. Congratulate your boy, trying to draw attention over to the channel. All right, between my behind the scenes ciphers and behind the scene practicing from songs and stuff like that. Not one of those songs is a complete song and stuff like that. All my complete songs will be on SoundCloud and obviously the YouTube channel music playlist. So, and we're going to be working on visuals this month. Also, we keeping it 10 toes down and just putting out as much content as we can. All those ones that I put on TikTok, I want to get those up on YouTube. That was the whole point of it. The 20 shorts that I put out on YouTube, or the 20 little mini series videos on hints, those are supposed to be shorts. So as soon as I can figure out how to make those shorts, because I wrecked my phone, so I don't have a phone, so I'm going to try on that old phone and see what I can do. In the meantime, you know, let's keep getting it in, man. Alright, shout out to the Costco show, Cuzzo the Loke. Alright, and go subscribe to my homie Broken Misfits. Alright, LTF chat. Peace. Love ya. Ringworm.